getting ready to fill it, and I thought I would share it with everybody. So this is my toy box. I made it with scrap wood. I had a sheet of MDF, which I put on the bottom, and I just kind of had scrap pieces, and I cut some to fit and everything. And I thought I'm going to start filling it up and showing you guys kind of what I did. I'm going to blog about it on Wednesday, and on Wednesday, this was made with scrap wood, but on Wednesday I'm going to give kind of a little bit of a free download that you can download and kind of make one of your own. And the reason that I did this is I have a little workshop. My tools, it's kind of like having a kitchen where all your favorite tools are across the room, and you're constantly going over and getting, okay, I've got my whisk. Okay, now I need my spatula, so you go get that. Now I need my favorite spoon, so you go get that. And it was the same thing on the workshop. I had all my tools in those big, huge rolling toolboxes, but I'm not going to roll that toolbox around. And I didn't want a regular toolbox. I kept thinking if I had a tray with dividers, I could put just my favorite tools in, and I could just take it and go where I want, and all my favorite tools are right there. So I can set it out on my work table, go to work. If I'm working in the house, I can bring it all in the house. So I thought I'd fill it up. I use this a lot, a little sliding rule and a level. Yeah, I thought this was a great idea. I can't quite see. I have to pull my glasses. Oh, Stringtown Home, hi. Good to see you. It's Heather. I'm trying to learn the names with the Twitter handles, which has been kind of interesting to kind of, I'm sure many of us are having that trouble. So I'm trying to learn. But anyway, I thought I'd stick that in there, put my hammer in next to it. And I wanted the hammer to not fit completely down so it's easy to grab. Pull it out, I'm ready to go. And then I left a big area open, and I made a little box. And inside this box is all the little drill bits that you use, the little drill screwdriver bits, you know, whether it's the big Phillips ones, whether it's the flat ones. If you need a long one, I've got one of those in there to put on the end of my drill. And then I've got several of my favorite little drill bits that I have in there, just the smaller ones that you tend to use a lot. And then I've got these things. I don't know if you know what these are, but you put it on your drill and you put your screw in. I wish I had a screw. And you can slide that over the screw a little bit, and it keeps you from going all wonky and getting your screws in straight. These are great. So I've got a couple of those. And then also for the hammer, I should grab some nails too. For the hammer, I have these nail sets. And if you're using finishing nails, these are perfect. These two happen to be my two favorite ones. This one's real sharp, this one's a little bit fatter. The sharp ones, if you look at a finishing nail, there's a little hole, a little dip in it. You can set that into that dip and pound away and get that finishing nail down below the level of the wood. Great. So these are always handy to have, and I'm always looking for them. So now I've got my favorite ones right there. I did put it in a separate box so I can lift out in case I do just take my drill and go drilling. I've got most of my drill bits that I want to use. These here, and then, okay, screwdriver. This is about the only screwdriver I use at the workshop. It's the kind that's got the little, you know, you can replace it and everything. But I like it because it's ratcheting. And sometimes if you don't have enough strength, this little extra little ratcheting, whether you're screwing the screws in or whether you bring them back out, this is extra great. There's a little bit of magnetic on there, so that's great. So that's the only tool screwdriver I actually use. I'm always needing a little bit of a, Mike just walked in, I lost my train of thought. Hi. What is this thing called?
A hijacker tool.
A hijacker tool. Thanks. Just what I need. But you always need a knife, a little box cutter. So you need one of those for those hijackings. That's terrible. I'm just now kind of got that. Files. I love to use files when I'm doing wood projects because I do a lot of junky scrap wood kind of stuff, and these are great because you can always go through and rough up areas or smooth. If you've cut something bad, you can go in and use that to smooth it. I've also got, of course, oh, you're going to see a little head here. There's a chair here, and this is Bella, and she's been on before. But a lot of times if I'm doing stuff at the kitchen counter, she wants a chair to be pulled up just like a child, so she can come up and see what I'm doing. So anyway, this is Bella. these are my two favorite textures of sandpaper. I either want it really rough or I want it really smooth. So I'm going to keep those in there. And of course, my this is my outdoor, my toolbox measuring tape for outside. So I got to keep that handy. I love this. I got it the other day, not too long ago at a yard sale. It's nice and sharp. And it's clean, which most of mine that I have before were not. Just a little bit of a chisel. It's great for shaping. You know when you buy new lumber and it's got a sticking price on it? Why do they do that? This is great for taking that off, but it's also great for a lot of other reasons too. If you get extra wood glue on something, those finishing nails to kind of smooth that out, your wood putty that you cover with it, that's great for that. And I love that little tool. It feels good too. I like tools that feel good in your hands. So that one's been worn a lot. Needle nose pliers, got to have those. If you're putting in those little nails and you start hammering, put your nail in here and then hammer, and that way it saves your thumbs. So that's always good to have. There's an extra one of those. And then these things I love. These, if you're putting in screws, use these, and this not only gives you the pilot hole, but it also sets it down so that your screw head gets below the wood and you can fill that in and hide your screws and everything. Which, this was put together pretty rough, and I'll show you the corner. See, you can see my screws in there, but that's okay. This is just rustic and it's gonna get dirty and full of sawdust and stuff like that. That's fine. But these things here, there's 4 different sizes that I have. Oh, if you're using these and this breaks off, which sometimes that happens, that little screw, put it up closer, that little screw there sometimes will break off. There is a little place here on the side where you can put in an Allen wrench and you can undo that and get another drill bit that size and fill it in and then tighten it down and you're good to go again. So just another little tip for you. But anyway, I actually drilled these in and thought I'm going to keep these right there handy. So I did that. And I may do the same with these. I like this drill bits. Again, they're just kind of small set. But I like the ends of these because they're octagon. They've got that shape. I can't think of it right now. Every time I start scoping, I always forget my words. But it's not round. Say like this regular one. And sometimes if you're using hard woods or if you're going through a knot hole that's kind of hard, this will get stuck. And these kind of help really give it some extra oomph to get it through. So I may drill and put these in here along the side somewhere. I'm not sure yet, but I haven't done that yet. Pliers, everybody needs pliers. Wire cutters, gotta have that. And a vice grips. There's nothing like good vice grips, especially when you're, you know, not quite as strong as someone who does a lot of woodworking and stuff, or plumbing or any of that stuff. So vice grips are really handy to get that extra grip on things. Yes, we all love our vice grips. Those are great. And I use this quite a bit just for marking where I want to cut. It's just handy, quick. I didn't put a pencil in here, but I will. But I use this a lot on just my boards as I'm cutting along. I used it even in making these. It was like, okay, I want to cut there, draw my line. It was quick, easy. Hi, Megan. And then I also use this a lot, but I kind of started already building this before I figured out where am I going to put this thing. I'm like, oh no, where am I going to put it? But I kind of came up with the idea of hooking it right here along the side. Hopefully I'll remember how I did it. Yep, I will. I put a little screw in and a little nail, and that will hook right in there. There we go. I painted it since. But that'll hook right there. So I've got that with me. And then I do have just this little set of, you just can't have too many drill bits. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So I've got that. I'm going to keep right in there too. And that's pretty much it. These are pretty much the tools that I use, except for I do need to add my pencil. And I'm going to decide whether or not I'm going to drill those down in there so I can keep those kind of handy, because I've been using these quite a bit. And then I also don't, now it did get kind of heavy, okay? It's something to pick up and take off. It probably weighs, I think it's under 10 pounds. If I had 10 pounds bag of potatoes, it would be heavier than this. But I do want to put handles on each end. And this will fit right into a cabinet that I have in my workshop. It's going to slide in there almost like a drawer, and I can take off, go to either my work table that's outside, bring it in the house, wherever I'm working, and I've got all my most important hand tools at the ready. So that's it. Check back on Wednesday. I'm going to work on plans for this that you can download if you want to make something of your own. And I'll try to make it where, you know, you buy just like so many pieces of wood and you'll be able to make the whole thing with not much left over and make it quick and easy. So thanks for all the hearts, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll be scoping with you very soon. Bye guys. Oh, Bella got down. Okay, see you later. Bye.